Hey everybody, what's going on? It is Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take, well, we're not going to take a look at, we're going to play through a few rounds of Automobile from Martin Wallace. If you want to see our full review, you can click the link in the video description. Otherwise, stick around here, and we'll get going. Okay, so here is Automobile. All set up for 3 players. This is a 3 to 5 player game, so that's why I have 3 players here. To get set up, you're going to give each player 8 salesmen. I think there's 28 cars. A parts factory, 6 factories, 3 R&D cubes, and $2,000. Okay, then you're going to randomize the player order, put all the characters on the appropriate characters. So Ford will go on Ford, and Chrysler will go on Chrysler, with the appropriate number of R&D cubes on top. You're going to put the round marker on round 1, and the order marker on the very first space. You're going to put marketing tokens here, discount tokens here, and 1 closed factory marker right there. You can have all the rest of the supplies off to the side. Here's the rest of the cubes. It's paper money. You can see here it's off to the side. And then at the beginning of the round, each player is going to draw 1 demand cube out of the bag. And I want to keep them face down so we don't see them. Okay. And there we go. So we have 3 demand cubes. That's going to determine how many cars we're going to be able to sell when we get to selling cars. Okay. And I also have this printed out player action sheet that everybody would get as well, because some of the actions are a little funky, and this does help. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to walk through. There's 4 rounds of the game, and we're going to walk through all 4 of these all these phases every round. Okay. So the first thing that happens is we draw the tokens out. Then every player is going to select a character in this order. So green will get a pick first, and all the characters are going to do special things. Ford will build a factory in an unoccupied space, and I'll explain that later. Kettering just gives you 3 R&D cubes. I'll explain why they're important later. Sloan, discard half of your lost cubes, rounded up. Those are black cubes. It's a Martin Wallace game. These are like debt cubes. You don't want those. They're bad. Howard lets you sell 2 cars. He's really good. Durant, build 1 factory on an empty space immediately. He's fantastic as well. And Chrysler lets you get rid of lost cubes based on the round. Okay, but also comes with 2 of these. All right. So I think green doesn't really want to go first. They want to actually grab Kettering because they want some green cubes, or research and development cubes. I always use the wrong one. Then orange is going to grab Howard. And blue is going to take Ford. All right, so there we go. All right, so that's that. Everybody's picked. Now this is the new turn order for the round. This can come over. So it's blue, green, and orange. So now we go here. Now we're going to do 3 rounds of actions. Okay, the actions are build a factory. So the way you build a factory, that's where R&D is going to come in. Okay, to build a factory on the very first space here, it would cost 1 R&D cube. So it would be like this. It would be, if I wanted to go all the way over here, it would be 1, then it would be 2, then it would be 3. I couldn't go any farther because this would need to be 4, and I can't get to that. So the farther you want to go along the track, the different technologies, the more it's going to cost you in research and development. Now, why do we want to do that? There are different types of cars. There's mid-market or middle-class market, which are these. There's mass market, which are the silver ones. And then there's luxury, which are the gold ones. And during different rounds of the game, different types of cars are going to sell for... There's going to be different types of those cars that are going to sell for a certain number of those will be available to be sold. And we're trying to determine that. And the reason you want to be farther ahead is whoever is farthest to the right gets first dibs in selling that type of car, because if the demand dries up and you have cars left, you're farthest back, you don't get anything. Okay, so that's the first action. Second action is place salesmen. We each have salesmen. We can place them on any of these boxes, and then when it comes time to sell, we can move them over and sell a car before demand is even determined. Okay, or we can take R&D cubes. Just take 2 cubes. Done. Produce cars. Once you build a factory, you can then produce cars for this cost here. 1 factory will let you produce these cars. 2 factories, you have a minimum and a maximum you can make. 3 factories, same minimum. You also have a parts factory, which decreases the cost by 20 for every car that you make. Or you can close a production. If you don't like your factory and you've already produced cars, maybe you can close it down, get the cost you paid for it minus $100. If you have a factory out at the end of the round, it may produce loss if it's still open. Okay, so I think Blues first. They want to. Which character did they take? They took Ford. So what they're going to do, they're going to get crazy. It's going to be expensive. So 200, 400. This is 500. You can always build 2 factories and your parts factory. That's 500. So that's 900. And then with their special power, they can build a 3rd factory. Normally you can only build 2, but they can build 3. So they're going to build, so 6, that's 1,100 of their $2,000 to get started with, which is kind of crazy, but that's what we're going to do. The paper money's kind of nice. I don't love paper money, but this stuff's pretty cool. All right, so that's Blue's turn. Then we're going to Green. Green just has research cubes. Oh, Blue had to pay 1 cube for that. And I think what Green's going to do is, who'd they take? They just took Kettering, so they don't need him anymore. I think they're going to build a factory as well. They have to spend 1 cube. Actually, they'll spend 3 cubes because they want to go to this one. Okay, so they're going to build here. They're just going to build. They're just going to build 1. They'll build 1. And they'll build their parts factory. So that's, nope, they'll just build the 1. So 300. Alright, that's it. That's done. And then we're moving on to Orange. Orange has Howard, so they need to get a factory out there. And they're actually going to put a factory here because it doesn't cost any research and development cubes because the technology's already been skipped. So they're actually going to just do 2. That'll be 500 for them. We have a lot of cards available here. So hopefully that pans out. I'm great at this game, so we're going to see what happens. Now, action number 2. All right, so starting with Blue, I think Blue is going to produce some cars. They have a 3 factory, so they're producing mid-level, so they can produce minimum 8, maximum 11 for 70 each, but they have a parts factory, so they can reduce each car by 20, so each car will be 50, and I think they're going to do 8. They'll do 8 of them, which would be 50, that's $400. Oops, that's not Blue. This is Blue. 400 for 8 cars. Okay. So they'll take the cars out of their supply, put them on the factory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Then it will be Green's turn. Green is going to do a similar thing. They're going to produce a car. They're going to produce maximum cars that they can produce, which is 3. That'll be $210 for them because they're 70 each. So they're going to do 500, which will give them 290, 20, 50, 20. Okay. And they're producing their maximum cars, which is 3. Done. And then Orange is going to produce cars as well because they need to get some cars out. And they're going to produce... They're going to produce 6, which is 420. Which will be... We'll do this one. Oops. Why did I have a 2000? That's a mistake. Should be that. Alright. And this one, actually. I gave them the wrong amount of money. But they built their factory, so they should have had 500. So they should have 8, 500. They should have this amount, 1,500. Okay, there we go. That took way too long. Alright, so Orange is building cars, and they need to build 4, so that's 280. Here's 300. Okay. That's round 2. Round 3, Blue is going to send out some salesmen. They're going to send out 2 salesmen to here. Oops, those are cars. 2 salesmen. Green is going to actually close down their factory. They'll keep their cars there. Close down their factory. When you close down your factory, you get the money back less 100. So they're going to get $200 back. So green. And then orange. I didn't put their cars in there. They made 4 cars. Orange is going to... They're going to do 1 salesman. Alright, done. Now, we're moving on. If you have Howard, you can sell 2 cars. Orange has Howard, so they're going to sell 2 cars for full price. So 3 hundo. This doesn't have anything to do with the demand. This is outside of that. Then the cars are returned. Howard goes away. Okay. Then we're going to sell to our salesman, starting with top going down. So blue will sell 1. Orange will sell 1. And blue will sell another. That's full for this round. So blue gets 300. Orange gets 150. Okay. Then that's it. Now we're going to do marketing, or I forget what they actually call it, but special events. So you can close down a factory. You can get marketing cubes, or you can get discount. These are going to help you sell cars faster. So will these, but these will sell them at cheaper price. And blue is first. Blue doesn't know what the demand is, so they're kind of scared because they have a lot of cars. So I think they're going to buy this one, and I'll explain that when we get to it. But it costs 2 R&D cubes. And then green, not going to do anything. They're going to pass. Orange is actually going to close down their factory, so that will give them 500. So 400. 250, so 300. It's 150, yeah, 300. My math is rough. Alright, done. And then blue doesn't want to do anything, I don't think. They already have that. Yeah, they're going to pass, and then orange is going to pass. Alright, now we're going to show demand. Now each player is going to flip their demand, and all of them are going to go right here into the middle class cars. And this round, we're going to have 9 cars that can be sold. Okay? So, starting with blue, we're going to go down. Blue has marketing, so they get to sell an additional car. Then they get to sell one just for because they can sell one. Then green will sell 1. Orange will sell 1. Back to blue. Blue gets to sell 2. Green doesn't have anything. Green does have 1. How many is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So back to blue. Can sell 2. That's 9. Alright, so this is done. So green is going to get 300. Yellow orange is going to get 150. And blue is getting 3, 6, 9 hundo for blue. That's a lot. That is a lot. Alright. 9 hundo. Alright. Now, that's that. Now we're going to go to lost cubes. A couple things happen here. You're going to look at the farthest technology. Oh, some of these are closed, so hang on. This one was closed, so that needs to go there. Okay. And you're going to look at the farthest technology that's active, which is this one. So it's going to get a lost cube. So blue gets a lost cube. Anything behind it, we get lost cubes as well. But we don't have it. If you have any salesmen that you didn't fire off, they would get lost cubes, and you would get them back. Any cars that didn't sell, that's going to take a lost cube, and you're going to get it back. So green gets a lost cube. Okay. This will go back. Get a new one of these. These will all slide over. Go here. We clean up. We move around. If you have any lost cubes, you have to pay money. So blue and green would both pay 10. Then we go here. We take all these off here. Put any characters that we have back. Refill the cubes. And then, at the end of the round, then we would start a new round. Now this time we're going to draw 2 cubes, or 2 demand tiles out of the bag. We're going to put these back in the bag too. Draw 2 demand tiles. The highest one is going to be, the demand highest one is going to be, go here. The lowest one's going to go here. Third round is going to be reversed, so highest one here, lowest one here. Then we're also going to draw for luxury, so then luxury, the cards can start producing. And then the last round we'll draw a luxury, and we're going to get an extra mass market card. Okay, so we're going to play just like that through 5 rounds, or 4 rounds. Then whoever has the most money after all that is said and done at the end of the game is the winner. What I showed you here is basically everything you can do. I didn't show you producing these, but it's the same thing. You just produce here, and when these rounds are available, you're going to be able to fire that off. You can also take a loan of $500, take that up to twice. Every round you got to pay back 50. At the end of the game, you pay back 600. Okay, so there you go. That is a quick and dirty overview of Automobile. Again, if you want to see our full review, click the link in the video description. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and as always, keep gaming.